F1. Welcome back to the Rest is F1 podcast. Today we're talking about the Dutch Grand Prix 2025. I'm your host, Shaq, and as usual, I've got Ham with me. How are we, Ham?
Hey Shaq, hey guys, I'm doing good. That was an intense racing. Couple of incidents that went down. Big names. Let's get on with it.
Yep. Let's start off with race rating. What are you giving it out of 10?
An 8.
8?
Yeah, it was a decent race. It did give me some, and I was a bit on the edge of the seat on a couple of turns and incidents that has happened during the race. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Pretty
about.
sure everybody knows.
Yeah. I went for a 7. I just think it was a little bit too stop-start. You could keep opening your phone and seeing something would happen. And but I think probably the incidents were the entertainment, not really the who won, I guess. But yeah, quite normal weekend. McLaren on top. Piastri, pole position, an easy Grand Slam. But Lando Norris did not finish this race. So unlucky, just mechanical failure, like engine failure, and car was gone. He had to park it up, and that was the end of the race. What do we think about that?
Yeah, that's truly unfortunate. He was actually quick. You could see him trying to cut some time down for between Oscar and himself, and he was actually trying to be fast, and he was actually really well ahead of Verstappen, who was in third place. It was truly an unfortunate incident that has happened to Norris, where his engine failed. He's got, I think it was a oil leak, which caused him to drop out. I think at the 40th lap. 50th, I don't recall which lap.
Towards the end.
It was towards the end. You could see it had just like less than, pretty sure, 20 laps to finish. It would have been an interesting finish if he was still in the race, but then truly unfortunate, which has cost him almost 36 points in total.
Cost him a 34-point gap now to Piastri.
That's massive. That's a massive gap.
Yeah. Because even if they're finishing 1-2 every race, he's got to be the person in first every week now.
Every week now, yeah. Piastri's just been consistent, and the last time I checked, Piastri has the most wins this season.
Yeah, 7-5.
Followed by Norris.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think we've got Russell and Verstappen on 6.
Wins? No,
sorry, the podiums. I'm so sorry. I was talking about the podiums.
I was going to say.
Yeah, I totally got confused. I'm like, wait, that's wrong. So we've got Piastri with the highest podiums. We've got Norris. We've got Russell and Verstappen right behind on 6 each. Then I think it's Leclerc, Hülkenberg, and Hadjar.
And
I think and Antonelli, yes, and Antonelli.
Yeah, you are correct. So it was Oscar Piastri, 13 podiums, Lando Norris, 12 podiums, Max Verstappen, 6 podiums, George Russell, 6 podiums, Charles Leclerc, 5 podiums, and then Antonelli, Hülkenberg, and now Isaac Hadjar all got 1 podium. And so, perfect segue. Let's talk about Isaac Hadjar. What a way to really, this is a stamping your name into F1, coming into your first year and as a rookie. Think about how it started.
Think about the first race, Shaq. Think about
that first race in Australia, and
what Helmut Marko was saying.
I know, yeah.
Do you remember what he said in Australia? A driver like him, this shows unsportsmanship,
he should not be crying and all this.
He should not be crying. He's such a baby. This, that.
Yeah.
I would say had just slammed it in front of Helmut Marko.
Yeah.
Literally on your face.
Yeah. Honestly, a lot of respect for him. He qualified ahead of both Ferraris, both Mercedes. The only people in front of him were obviously world champion, and the two McLaren. So
Oh yeah.
that's really really strong from him.
And he was in a racing bull car.
And in a racing bull car, obviously, look, yeah, we're gonna have to acknowledge the fact, yeah, maybe if he was in like a different track, he would have probably been overtaken because it's quite hard to overtake here. But still, you got to do the job to qualify high. You got to do the job to make sure you stay there because it's easy to just get nervous and start making mistakes and start falling behind. So huge thing from Hajar there. I was so chuffed for him. I was like, oh, Lando's gone. That's gonna suck. But Hajar now podium, unbelievable, really. So
No, I to be honest, I'd take a Hajar podium, or at least his first podium, over Piastri win, a Norris win, or anything else, because
yeah,
that was truly phenomenal. And yes, he got the podium because of Norris had being in a position where he could not finish. Like, so basically, he was in a DNF'd, but then. But still, Haja on the podium, I think it's a well-deserved one. He was likely to finish fourth, but then him being on the podium meant a lot better. And funny to say, he's got more podiums than Hamilton
yep.
this season.
Hulkenberg, Antonelli, Hajar all have got a podium before Hamilton.
Podium, yeah, exactly. So that is one sad thing. Hamilton crashing out.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
right after Leclerc went into the pits.
Yeah. That's another thing, yeah. That's another big thing as well. I mean, I don't know, man. Like the last three have been just really poor for him. Like this last three races. Like he's not the same guy.
He's just out of sync. He's just out of sync.
This is not even the guy who won the China sprint at the start of the season. This is not even that same guy. Doesn't it feel like that? He's not driving the same.
He looks so like he doesn't want to drive anymore.
Yeah, that looks like, I mean, that could influence his decision making in the next few.
Exactly. If you notice, Hamilton crashed. Leclerc freshly out of the pits, and you could see him crashed. And that's like foreshadowing where Leclerc is going to end up.
Yeah, because the exact same corner.
Exact same position, but then Kimi Antonelli crashed right into him.
Yep, that was a fault. That was a rookie error. Real rookie error.
Real rookie.
I was quite
Shaq, he was driving beautifully until then.
Yeah, I think he did throw it away just purely from that. I think he dropped back and then obviously Leclerc's race was gone, and it just changed so much.
Yeah, it was to be honest, Leclerc is being really unlucky. But can't blame Leclerc at all because it wasn't his fault. He could not have avoided that. He could not have done anything in that position.
Yep.
It was the car. Antonelli literally ran into him, which cost him a 10-second penalty, which is truly deserving because that was really action.
It's deserving.
It was a bad mistake. And if I'm not wrong, I think over the commentary they said he had locked up his rear.
Yeah.
Yep. And the other person who locked up his rear, if I'm not wrong, was Max Verstappen, and where he saved it beautifully.
What a save from Max! Like, I feel like only he's the type of guy to be doing something like that. Like, it's so difficult to like correct the car up and all that stuff, and in that corner as well, the banked corner, like the left-hander. Oh my god, well done to him. Honestly, so good.
I'll tell you something. He got the car inside. He never went out, and he didn't lose a position because of that.
Yep. In fact, he kept his gained position from the start. From that,
exactly. Only Max can do it. And normally anybody else would slow down a bit. Just because suddenly you get an understeer, oversteer, you snap, and for a second you're like. He would be like a bit slow for a second. Verstappen literally, I think he just stamped onto the accelerator like, boom. I don't want to lose a I don't want to lose a place. That's
No,
what he
that's
was
fair.
saying.
I think that's probably something like what he did.
Yeah, exactly.
Like awesome from Max, got the podium again. Yeah, like you said, Ferrari, just horrible. But let's talk a bit further down the grid. Aston Martin and Haas both scored double points. P6 for Ollie Behrman. I think Stroll 7th, Alonso 8th, and I think Ocon was 10th. So pretty good from both sides because both teams, both of their drivers qualified they did not make it to Q3. So that was really good for them to come from the back and pretty much just pull themselves right to the front.
Is it Ollie Behrman's highest finish of the season, or is he just equaled his highest finish?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is the highest finish for him.
Where did he finish in the previous race, Ollie Behrman? I think he finished in points.
He might have finished in points, but I don't think he finished as high. Last race, let me check.
I think
Last race he didn't get in the points. Maybe the one before. No, he's actually not been in the points for a little bit, I think.
I think P6 is the highest finish Ollie Behrman's ever had. Where did he finish in his Ferrari time?
P7. P7.
P7. So that's two in a Ferrari. So P6 and a Haas. That's good. That's good.
They beat that. That's really good from.
Yeah, that's really good. Ollie Behrman P6. I think Aston double points and Haas double points was a really good. A
good sign. A good sign for the teams.
Yes.
Because they've had their struggles, but then it's making the fight at the back really interesting, isn't it? It's kind of there's the top 4 teams, and then there's just like the bottom 6 teams. You can't even really say the back markers. They're just the midfield and the front. That's it. There's not really back markers now. So
yeah,
I think it's cool.
Racing Bulls, I think they've gained some couple of points, and they went a bit up in the constructors as well.
Probably, so I'm not 100%. I haven't checked, but
I did have a look
because they get a lot of points for third.
The only team who has gained a couple of positions in the constructors is Racing Bulls.
I think so.
Yes. Apart from the other teams, they were all being in the same.
Yeah, so they did. They jumped. I think they jumped Sauber. So only. So it's Williams on 80, Aston Martin on 62, Racing Bulls on 60, Sauber on 51, Haas on 44, and then I guess if you want to say Alpine is probably the back marker team. Right?
Yeah, at this point, yeah, they had a very bad weekend as well.
Yeah, especially all of the mixed and changing conditions, and they still couldn't get someone into the points. So
yeah, exactly. Yes, fully agree with it. And speaking of all the back markers and points and penalties, Hamilton 5 place grid penalty in Monza.
Yeah.
Do you think?
I've seen the video as well now. I've seen the video. Yeah. They've put one out.
Do you think it's a bit harsh?
Yeah. I think so.
No, before we get on to Monza,
yeah.
I'm sorry, but Sainz a 10-second penalty. I want to talk that before Hamilton's 5 seconds.
Yeah,
5 plates.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Is that
was? Actually, I think that was more harsh. I think that was really dumb.
Yeah, that was more harsh.
That's purely just like that's a racing incident. I don't think you should put that on anyone. If anything, I would say even a little bit to Lawson's side because he kind of cut across Sainz at the last part of that. That obviously that little fight they had. But
exactly, and if I'm not wrong, that was not his fault, I guess.
No,
Sainz had an opening. He went for that.
Yeah, and it starts to close up, and
I don't know what FIA is doing. If at all, if somebody's gonna get a penalty, it should have been Lawson over there.
I think so.
He actually, yeah, he actually closed. He actually closed it. So that means if he's closing a corner, that means he's moving under braking.
Yeah, I can understand your thinking. I would personally not give a penalty to either. I think they should be. I should let them.
But to be honest, if they want to give a penalty, it should have been for Lawson.
I think
If there is an option without a penalty, I would consider that as a racing incident because that was purely racing incident. Nobody actually went onto each other.
Yeah.
But then when actually giving for a penalty, like I just said, it should be for Lawson because the only thing that you can see, if not a racing incident, is moving under braking, and that's what Lawson did.
Yeah. So
not signs where he was actually in the racing line.
That was really bad from the FIA. That was probably one of the worst decisions I think they've made probably this whole year. So
exactly,
really disappointing. But it ruined Sainz's race as well. That incident and the penalty.
Yeah, true.
So it was really sad because he was the Williams who qualified high up in the grid, and Albon was qualified quite a bit lower. And it ended up being they just swapped. So
exactly.
Really unlucky.
And speaking of swap, they even swapped Gasly and Colapinto. That's the first time I'm actually hearing. I'm sorry, Russell and Kimi Antonelli.
Yes. They did swap Gasly and Colapinto.
They did swap, and George was like, "Sorry." He couldn't process the fact that they just asked him to swap. But then, as soon as they said George to swap, Kimi Antonelli just went ahead. So you could see the team coordination they had. But then Antonelli, even after the swap, he was not the type of race we wanted to see.
Yeah. Let's go back to the Hamilton.
Yes.
So, your question, was it too harsh?
Was it too harsh? 5 seconds? Five plays grid penalty.
5 plays penalty for that. I feel like, it is. They were literally talking about it before the race started. Or as the first few laps were underway, they were talking about it.
They could have given him the penalty. See, it happened way before the start. They could have at least made him do a 5 second or a 10 second
in the
race.
Yeah, well, I don't know why they didn't do it in the race. It's for this race. It applies because it happened in this race. I don't know why they
even before the race started. Okay, let's say that they said he's crashed out. He couldn't serve the penalty. Understand? It should have been at least a single place grid penalty, not 5 places.
Yeah, 5 places is
much. Do you think if Ferrari races an issue against this penalty, do you think they would get a chance to reduce the sentence to like 2 or 3 plays grid penalty, or maybe 1?
I don't think they're going to try, are they? I feel like there's not really a point. Just take it and try and build up a good race in Monza rather than worrying too much about the penalty. I mean, look, it's 5 places, but he's in a Ferrari, and Monza you can overtake. So,
See, that's the thing. He's in a Ferrari. He's not in a Mercedes. He's in a Ferrari.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
They're about the same level now. They're about the same level, those 2 cars right now. But let's see what happens. But I do want to talk the last thing before we end the video, but it's the big one, the title challenge. What do you think these guys are thinking now? PSG 34 points ahead of Norris, like we mentioned. Norris, obviously, the reaction to the DNF, it was sort of just, I can't really do anything about it, so it's not my fault. And he didn't seem too down, but he just seemed a bit quiet. So what do you think they're thinking now?
Well, to be honest, as per McLaren's eyes, the race is still open. The first place, the drivers' championship is still up for grabs between both the drivers. So they are gonna still initiate the papaya rules until they know that, okay, Piastri is going to be the clear winner. Might as well just help him out and keep Norris close to P1, but making him finish second in the constructors. Until then, I think it's an open race. I mean, open championship between the two. I don't think that there's going to be any third person amongst them, apart from them, who's going to be in the fight for the constructor drivers championship. So it's pretty much easy. Papaya rules are going to still apply, and they're going to keep fighting for the P1 and P2 positions for throughout the season. So that's my prediction for that.
Yeah, and just want to throw out a kind of crazy stat, I guess, is now that after the Dutch Grand Prix, Piastri is 104 points ahead of Max Verstappen. That's not something you would have thought you would have heard like a year and a half ago. So, like,
clearly not.
Yeah.
Clearly not. The 104 points, that is equivalent to 1, 2, 3, 4 wins, where Piastri has to be out of the points.
Yeah, be out of the points.
And if Verstappen need 4 wins, and if it was last year, he could have gotten the fastest lap as well. So he needs 4 wins and 4 fast laps to get this.
Yeah.
Now, at least for 5 races, Piastri should be out of the points for Verstappen to match or at least 2 wins to even try to bring it down.
Yeah, let's not talk about the unrealistic. Let's not talk about the unrealistic. So
yeah, I think this year's drivers' championship is truly for the McLaren drivers.
Yep.
Still yet to be sure who is going to win, because it is still tight.
I want to know. Who do you think? Who do you genuinely have your money on?
Easily Piastri. No doubt about that.
You don't think he can overcome 34 points?
He might not, because after the previous race, it's getting hard.
Yeah.
He did bring down the points before the summer break, but then it went up again. Just one race, and you could see the difference.
Yeah.
One race without a point, and you know how hard it is. So, if Norris wants to get the title, Piastri has to be out of the points at least for one race for Norris to bring it down.
That's assuming that Piastri keeps his current consistency.
Exactly, and if I'm not wrong, he's the only driver this season to finish in points.
In every race, yeah.
In every race.
Yeah.
From ever since Australia until now.
Yeah. Even Australia, he's still.
Yeah, even in Australia, he has been in points.
Yeah.
He's got at least 3 or 4 points, but then still that's a point.
Yeah.
Each point counts, and he's got them all.
He's making the most of it. He's making the most.
Yes, he's the only driver who's not finished out of top 5 or hasn't been DNF'd or DNS, DSQ, whatever it is. He is the only guy to be finishing in points. So that's a big thing, and I think that's about it for the review.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I mean, you've summed it up for me. So nice race. And we've got Monza coming up this weekend, so we don't have to wait any weeks or anything for this. So we're happy. We're going to be ready for a nice Monza Grand Prix. I hope it's going to be a good one, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys, and do share, like, and subscribe.